Welcome back. It's no secret that the economy is changing. It's changing rapidly. You go back to the 50s, the 60s. Some of us remember that, by the way.
Yes.
And, malls were the big deal. And now you go to a mall and it's really difficult. There's a lot of echo if you're walking down the main drag of a mall right now.
Yes, there is.
The new economy is online. And in order to service that economy, a lot of people in our own community here are aware of the fact that where we're located geographically, and also in terms of where we are, that this is a great area for developing what we're calling warehousing and distribution. And joining me today is one of the prime movers in this. This is Tim Barber, who is the CEO of JAG. And you told me this off camera, but I got to tell him what JAG. No, you're going to tell him what JAG means. Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, JAG is just a guess.
So go back to 1998, and I suppose you're right.
Yes.
I guess it was.
Yep.
It turned out to be a pretty good guess, didn't it?
It was. We were sitting around and trying to come up with a name, and I don't remember how or when. It might have been one of my cousins that said that. It stuck.
Yes,
so
it was. Well, now JAG, of course, if you live anywhere in this area, white trucks, blue letters, JAG, you see it all over the place. Well, that's because they're one of the leading commercial industrial contractors and developers. First, congratulations on your success, because really, no matter where you go, you're there.
Thank you.
Concentration really all up from New York, right?
Correct.
But really concentration Albany North. Right?
Albany North. Albany North is our what I like to refer to as our trap line.
Yes.
It's our geographic area that we concentrate in.
Yeah,
Albany, Schenectady, the outskirts, right. North, Glens Falls, Queensbury.
Yeah, got it. We're on location, as you probably figured out here, right in Queensbury, at a new industrial complex being developed here for warehousing and distribution. This building behind me here, Tim was telling me, was vacant for like 10 years.
It was, yes. This facility actually sat on the market for just over 10 years, and it was by chance that I was at down talking to the Queensbury Town Planner, and she had mentioned that I might want to take a look at this facility again due to some zoning changes and so on. And I thought about it. I took the opportunity. I called the realtor, and pretty much the rest is history. We came in here, looked at it again, made a decent offer on the property, contingent upon the rezoning. Queensbury, the Queensbury boards were great. They gave us everything we wanted there. We were able to get 7 uses for this property, pre-approved. So it kind of cuts down on the process of all the permitting. So with that in hand, we purchased it and moved forward.
Got it. Now the area that we're in right now, off of exit 18, is going to be called Native Development, correct?
That's correct.
For Native Road. You know what you got to tell? You got to tell me about that arrow.
Oh yeah, yeah. So when we bought this property, as I said, it was kind of run down, run over. None of this here was here. It was very dirty, shrubbery everywhere. It had 10 years worth of vandalism done to it. So when we first came in and did our first initial assessment of the facility, we noticed in the back corner there was a few arrows literally sticking through the wall. And so we pulled those out and said, well, so somebody must have had a good time. And there was miscellaneous bullet holes and so on and so forth in the facility. But so what we did with the arrow is with Native Development and being on Native Road, we expanded on that, and that's actually our logo. It's the old Indian arrow with the tied handmade tip on it.
Yeah, for the arrowhead.
Yes, the arrowhead.
Right. Yeah,
yes.
Got it.
So
the plans now, this building here that's behind us is about 40,000 square feet. Not being in your business, of course, we go in there and my jaw hits the floor because I've never seen a space that big. But the plan for Native Development is really north of 350,000 square feet, right?
That is correct. Yeah, this existing building that we bought here is just over 120,000 square feet.
Oh, okay.
We have the space in the middle here is just under 40,000 square feet.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about. Yes.
Right.
But this whole building is just over 120,000 square feet, and we are proposing, in the conceptual stages of developing another 350 to 380,000 square feet of building on this parcel, which 33 acres of property came with this
site
building.
Right. Got it. Now that will be a number of buildings, correct? That isn't just one big massive building, right?
No, it'll be a cluster of buildings spread out around the entire property. Taking into consideration the trees and the vegetation. We want to keep it a nice park setting.
Well, you know what? We had a chance to look at the plans, and Andrew's going to cut in a couple of pictures of the plans. And I want to compliment you. Some people just, it's slash and burn in some people's mentality, right? And I noticed that you were being very considerate and really incorporating a lot of the natural beauty. Because let's face it, where we're sitting and looking out here is a beautiful forest.
Yeah, it is. And we took that all into consideration. I've lived here all my life, pretty much. We're in the Adirondacks. We're in a treed area. We want a nice park, and that's part of what we're selling. There's so many parks that we're involved with in other areas that are just buildings.
Right.
There's no shrubbery. There's no mature trees. There's no leaving of cul-de-sacs of mature landscapes. Right. We're trying to incorporate all that in our master plan.
Yeah, I know some of the stormwater drawings that were allocating space for stormwater.
That's correct. We have a natural ravine in this property, which
you do?
Which is you'll see in the map, right. That runs north to south, mm-hmm. and we're utilizing that ravine as part of our stormwater management. Mm-hmm. And in this day and age, all of our stormwater that comes off our facilities and/or impervious surfaces like pavements or gravel areas, right. we need to pre-treat that.
Yeah.
And then we can let that go through a cleaning process before it gets to any of the tributaries or the Hudson or any downhill streams, so that we're not contaminating any areas.
Mm-hmm. Now, all of this, of course, kind of goes back to where I started. That we're in a new economy. You must have spotted this, right? You must have said to yourself, "Whoops, you know what? I think this is a good idea."
We've been watching it. We've been watching it over the years evolve. We're contractors. So we build a lot of these facilities, and we kind of had our finger on the pulse of what's going on. And the east-west corridor, 90,
yes, right,
is very strong. Always has been. The north-south corridor
right.
is growing, as you can see down in Wilton, exit 18 corridor. Mm-hmm. The northwest corridor is growing immensely, and right now, with the need of having facilities large enough to house and package products that the consumer is going to want on a next day basis, these facilities need to go up in different areas, right. To make that happen.
And you've obviously spotted that this is a good area for that, right?
It's a great area.
Well, you know what? It's not that, Tim. It's not that many years ago when Clifton Park was like a Wilton. You know what I mean? And you just see it sort of hopscotching its way up the northway, right?
That's correct. And the other great thing about this area is we have a great workforce.
Yes.
It's always been a manufacturing mill type.
That's right.
Demographic area, Tri-County area, mm-hmm. and we've got a lot of talent up here. We've got a lot of people, and these jobs are not bottom of the barrel jobs. They're good warehousing, administrative jobs. They pay a good living. You can raise a family on them, and that's what people need. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, this whole development needs the people.
That's right.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Boy, it sure is. I really encourage you to find out more about what's going on in our region here. It takes people like Tim and his company to really just sort of lay the groundwork for this. You're really pioneers in a way. Oh, back to an Indian reference. There you go.
Yes, there you go.
You're going to wear a bow and arrow.
Right, that's right.
And I really encourage you to really check it out, because it's one thing to grow up here, and it's another thing to want to stay here and raise your family here. And the opportunity, and of course it just increases that tax base. It's economic mm-hmm. growth, but the right kind of economic growth.
That's correct.
And that's really why I wanted to talk to you. Yeah. So really, congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Really, very successful company, and boy, your eye is right on the future.
I'm glad you guys came out and took an opportunity to tour the facility and see what it's all about.
That's great. Thank you. I could get a speeding ticket in there.
I
can drive fast enough in that kind of space.
Yes.
See this interview again. You can head to our website, looktvonline.com.